So, Michael, you said that the disciples weren't expecting crucifixion. Surely by now they believe in miracles enough, after they've seen Jesus do so many, to at least check out the tomb after 3 days.
Yeah, good question. So the disciples clearly had their world pretty shattered already by Jesus' life, and certainly by some of the things that Jesus could do. So why weren't they, expecting the resurrection if they could see these things? I think because even then, even in spite of what they had seen Jesus do, calming the storm with a word, or making a blind person see with a touch, or feeding 20-odd thousand people with a boys' packed lunch, even after that, even after bringing people back from the dead, what we might call resuscitation, because they weren't not going to die, they're still going to die again at some point, but bringing them back from the dead, even after all of that, the idea of resurrection, the idea of going through death into a new dimension of life, never to die again, the idea of resurrection was still something that just didn't cross their minds as being feasible or possible in the here and now. And so, yes, they had seen a whole lot, but this was a whole lot more than even they were expecting at that point. And someone who's looked into that quite a bit, Chris mentioned him at lunchtime, this guy called Tom Wright. He's a New Testament scholar up in Durham for many years, now based in Oxford. He's written a whopping big book called The Resurrection of the Son of God. And there's probably very few people in the world that have studied it more than him. And actually that's one of the things he looks at. So it's actually, if you look at Roman culture, if you look at Jewish culture, if you look at the first century culture in which Jesus came, nobody was expecting this. This broke their preconceptions. So why did they suddenly embrace it? And his conclusion is the same, ultimately, that actually they embraced it because it actually happened.